the best draft answer that I've seen come out from TNC, and it is the Benedetta jungle coming out from SDZYZ. So he does go back to the the jungle assassins, but I think it is going to be a tank Benedetta for this case, because you do want to be able to sustain the front line versus Omega to allow your Beatrix and Kagura to find their openings.
Well, we did see Wise run this tank Benedetta jungle, and SDZYZ is no stranger to playing that Demon Slayer emblem. So far, Omega and TNC, they're all warmed up right now, and Escalera already heating up the mid lane.
Yep, that's the reason why they picked the Kagura. It's on for a lot of time, and down bottom, ooh, Kelra versus Yasuo. I'm loving this matchup.
Yeah. I mean, Yasuo did show up as one of the best gold laners last season. I think the only time that he was criticized was about his very small hero pool. But so far, skill-wise, he could really match up with one of the greatest, the Filipino Savage.
Yep. I mean, it's like the old Blacklist problem, right? You have a small hero pool, but you win. So TNT, they don't really care about the hero pool that much. But in Season 10, it has become a problem. Like, you need to expand more. But I believe having, having Claude and Beatrix on your arsenal for the gold lane, it's the best you can get, You don't need anybody else.
In Season 10, and Miko diving right through, forcing a dash out. SDZYZ catches that. The threat of the damage, SD's not ready yet. The tank items are not there yet. Speaking of tank items, I'm expecting OMG, or a majority of them, to build an early Dreadnought armor. That should solve a lot of problems.
And this is a high-end dry Ryzen. This Paquito will always deal a lot of damage if you find yourself lonely. It's a 3v1 here, Leo. Cram, he's not even gonna fight that anymore.
Nice zoning play there by Omega. They have priority, but the answer back by TNC, marching up the river. Very precarious position. Look at the rest of Omega coming in from the north. Interesting. Footsies across the board here. Who's grabbing it? Who's grabbing it? The zone out.
3/4 HP in the turtle, Leo. They're trying to look for an angle here. SDZYZ trying to enter this fight. Still no contest. Leo, the turtle, this is gonna go down.
That's a clean take right there by Omega. Ryzen knocks out the turtle. Down bottom. Kelra goes to the air. Yasuo gets taken down. First blood drawn by Omega.
And this is just Kelra going ham. The Filipino Savage. If he turns out to be one of the most vast hero pool, he could be the Filipino Savant as well,
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. The youth in the young Dwayne Pilas, there's still a lot for him to grow in the league.
Yep. Yeah. Usually in the gold lane, if you have a Beatrix 1-1 matchup, it's 50-50, but Kelra makes it 70-30. When Omega saw that TNC was trying to contest for the turtle, he was playing very aggressive on the bottom lane, like putting out the stacks onto the Beatrix was really crucial on getting that kill.
And it's like he knew he could land a solo kill against Yasuo. Like he knew that he had the mechanics to pull that off. But then things stay quiet here. He gets Kelra!
Kelra clears it with the cleanse. And just like that, he says, touche, not today, Mr. Things.
Then Things almost making a great play down gold lane, but then again, the needles coming in from the 1-1 saves the day. And this is why you pick the 1-1, is generally very safe.
Yeah, it is safe, and it is a laner that you don't want to be playing safe against, because if you're the Beatrix, you know that come the late game, if this 1-1 gets unpunished, it'll be hard for you, but SDZYZ.
Oh, that's a lot of damage. SD, he's scared, gonna fight back, bend things to the rescue, and it's a false engage.
Yeah, and that's how you know actually when a Paquito player is good. He knows how to push the advantage, and I think Midnight, you're the one who said this to me. When you're head as a Paquito jungler, you don't jungle inside your own jungle. You jungle on the other side.
I mean, you don't even jungle, you punch people. Like, that's the power of the Paquito, especially in the early game. Like, there's no damage in the early game that will outmatch the Paquito. I mean, except for the, the ultimate of Palmer. Of course, that's the ultimate of Palmer.
Lethal counter, counters all.
The Paquito on the early game, if he has a good timing, he will be outmatched in terms of tempo. And Omega, they're showing up against TNC, but the main concern right now for Omega is taking out these neutral objectives and putting enough pressure against TNC.
Look at this for the first time. TNC find themselves on the winning end. They get a turtle. There's the knockup on Ben Things. Mr. McLaughlin.
Oh no, the reset.
Air Savage. Not much damage there. A good juggle by TNC. They walk away with one casualty and a turtle.
Just one casualty in Air Savage debuting right now with that 1-1. You've always thought that Kelra's one of the best Beatrix users in the country, but definitely that 1-1 is holding up quite well. Now Cram gonna go, it's 2v1.
That's a chains knocking him up, and Cram gets knocked out. Nap time!
The protection. He knew that the Deroth will be coming back, and then the ultimate was there. Very beautifully played by KLVJ, but now Omega, they really need to put pressure on the bottom lane. They have enough lead. They have a good momentum in the mid game, and they have to amplify this pacing. Even though you have a 1-1, you have to be concerned about the late game power of TNC as well. This Kagura hasn't been touched in this mid game. 0 deaths, although 0 participation as well on Escalera. But again, the late game power, the threat against Omega, it's quite easy for the Kagura to just shut down the 1-1 against Omega.
Things.
Oh man, he
Not
was
yet.
looking for it, but it's still not the time. And we have seen Francos who take some time to warm up before he lands that big hook. But Ben Things, we're waiting for that moment to happen.
I love it. We did say how the Dreadnought armor will come into play. It's actually half and half. There's now some steel leg plates.
Yep.
That's the alternative, and that's why it's so hard for TNC to get a kill on Omega.
Yeah, honestly, these items coming out from Omega are sheer efficiency. Like, if you look at the side of TNC, there's 4 heroes that deal physical damage. Although SDZYZ, has Molten Essence, so that's percentage-based HP damage. But Escalera, in the late game, it's just one Athena shield. Omega, they don't have to be concerned about the damage output of, the Kagura right now. They need to address the physical damage threat of TNC. So this is perfect itemization for them. But again, the gameplay, it has to be sync as well.
Yeah, Turtle is up. It's just SD on the side of TNC. 4 members. Here comes the conceal from Omega.
Oh, Miko trying to find one. Spots SDZYZ, the only member there. It's a cross-map trade. SD survives, tries to get the steal. Elect the final blow away. The trade-off by Yasuo up top, taking that turret. They might force the issue, might go in 2. Can they do it?
This is a good trade, though. Yasuo getting potentially 2 turrets for 1 turtle, and I think a bonus turret for the side of Omega. So far, what do you think about this trade, Midnight?
I think it's TNC.
Oh!
That's
The
all.
bite down, and Renzio will not survive. The hook and the bite gets him down. That's a pickoff, clear win for TNC, but where can they convert?
Again, going back to the question that Womi brought up earlier, I think Omega didn't really expect that TNC will go for a
It's
trade.
not done! The bully by Miko! And now Cram goes down, like the final blow was more by SZYZ. Kelra, he's got one more stack missing. He can't fly just yet, but they might deny the purple here. False hook in by Ben Things. Ryzen, he wants to punch this serpent, take it down, get the purple buff, and instead takes Ben Things up into the air, steals it away, and that's a win. I'll take that as a win for Omega.
The fights just don't end. Midnight can't even explain things and can't even explain how things happen in this game. 8 minutes in, there are just 5 kills, but the action feels non-stop. Renzio will not be able to secure that for himself.
Honestly, I wouldn't mind because this is how Omega is supposed to play this game. The pacing and the momentum should be a really aggressive gameplay against TNC. But TNC, they're finally making a trade. That trade on the top lane, Omega did not expect.
Oh no!
There's the chains, knocking up Ben Things. Not enough damage between Renzio and KLVJ, but here comes the cavalry.
Miko!
Ryzen gonna punch Ben Things up, and we choose to watch this fight up top, down bottom. Miko gets the pull in. Kelra moving around, jumping around. Can he take off? And he goes! Air Savage! Stakes down Escalera! And Yasuo, that's a double kill for the young Dwayne Pilas.
Air Savage going in this first game. Already 5 kills, 5-0 and 0, and Kelra, they're putting the gold to where it matters.
Just want to say, this is mechanics coming out from Omega. Kelra and KLVJ, the KK brothers, these 2 players really showing up against TNC. Beautiful knockups coming out from KLVJ and Kelra with the positioning on the stacks and the mindful placement versus the Beatrix. He knew that he was able to get the crossbow of tanks off, and he was able to continue the crossbow of tanks onto the Beatrix.
Yeah, and that is the talent of the Air Savage this game. But you know, we know him as Filipino Savage. And this game, he knew how to position himself in between two targets for the immediate reset, as you said, Midnight. And looking at the turrets, it's a lot of exchanges throughout. It's quite even, but First Lord might just help Omega to outscore TNC.
It's gonna be hard for TNC, honestly. There's so much sustain from the side of Omega, and the sustain is coming out from the heroes that are just, you know, being a nuisance on the front line, like the Esmeralda, the Julian, even the Ruby. So much defense and so much sustain to the point where TNC cannot really fight.
And look at this Paquito items. It's a lot of armor penetration and I think a Blade of Despair incoming as well. You could literally one-shot members who are not looking where they are.
One-shot Omega, indeed.
One-shot Omega is waiting in the corner, waiting for the perfect time to strike.
There's a pull-in by Miko, on Miko that is. Bentings pops him, Immortality in tow. He's not gonna survive. Yasuo puts in the nail, and that's a pick-off. They do pop that shield in mid. Lord marching up top and bottom lane. It's Cram and Renzio. They're playing that 50-50 so well, but look, here comes Ryzen. Spots out Cram. This Dyrot does have an Immortality with the Abyssum Strike. Pops the Immortality, and down goes the Dyrot once more.
Crucial hook coming in from Ben Things, but a little bit of a misstep coming in from Cram, and so far they weren't able to secure any inhibitor turrets, but still, that was a trade won by Omega.
You have to give it to Ryzen, honestly. The usage of the shields to just completely negate the damage output of the Dyrot. Even though Dyrot deals so much damage, Ryzen was able to utilize his skills in a perfect manner. Like the layering or the set of skills that he used allowed him to take out the Dyrot from TNC. Again, it's the big problem for TNC. The amount of damage output that you bring to the table is negated at this point. Like Julian, Esmeralda, even the Paquito is allowed to stay on the front line, and TNC, they cannot do anything. Even if Yasuo hits the sniper with the Renner, Omega can just reset and regain their HPs back.
Yeah, not to mention the fact that the Paquito could stay in the front lines without a defensive item is a very alarming statement for TNC.
They're overloading Ben Things. What I'm seeing here is, yes, you can get a hook, but who do you bite down on? If you don't bite down on Renzio, you're getting shredded. If you don't bite down on Paquito, you're getting shredded. If you don't bite down on, again, I don't think you're gonna get to touch Kelra or KLVJ given how elusive these heroes are. It's so difficult.
You need 5 mouths. 5 bloody hunts.
5 hooks.
5 hooks. Ben Things. There's a lot of Ben Things, you know that song. But you know, Renzo almost going in for that 3v2.
In comes Payne. There's a knockup by Ryzen. See, the fact that you can go 2v3 is a revelation.
Seal.
It's clear, and now here comes Miko and KLVJ. They jump in, taking down Cram once more. The Monk, they can't breathe. Ben Things with the flicker off. Kelra almost got a 1v1 kill on SD in mid.
SD, he's building tank items, but I feel like you should never challenge a 1-1 in a 1v1 scenario at this phase of the game, especially if it's 5-0-1.
That's a clear take on the Lord. It's easy, and it's so hard for TNC right now. I mean, where's the chance here? SDZYZ, he has his retribution, but they're down 1. The fact that it's so easy to find Cram.
TNC, again, really hard time for them. You ask the question, where is the damage? Escalera really has not found any opportunity to go against the 1-1. Keller's not even building defensive items against magic damage. He's like, don't worry about it. Okay, never mind. He has a shield. Okay, I didn't see it. But, okay, so this amplifies the problem of TNC. Never mind. Omega has they have everything that they need to finish this game. The Lord is up top, and they can just enter with the Julian and the Esmeralda. Remember, we talked about it earlier, the level of sustain that the Omega has with these frontliners. KLVJ can just go in, put some knockup out for Omega, and let Kelra do his thing.
And this is a Luminous Lord, so this might just be game-ending. One big play coming in from Miko or even Ryzen. In fact, anybody from Omega could end this game in a flash.
We're also looking for TNC to make a comeback. Can they do it? Lord chunking away. 2 inhibitors already down. Hook thrown out. Abyssum Strike committed by Cram. And they're going to punch away and take down this last inhibitor. It's clean. Omega got what they want.
Wow, just like that. 3 inhibitor turrets going down on the end of TNC. And still a winless Phoenix. They're looking for this end game. Omega's not leaving.
They want to go. They want to go. And they're waiting for this wave. slower up top. Mid is here. Bottom's following through. Renzio dancing around. That's about 3/4 taken. Stand in this base. Just maybe 1 or 2 away from TNC could spell the doom. But they're okay. They're okay. All right, so we're waiting. They have good wave clear at least.
Yep, they're waiting for the next Lord, I believe, for Omega. There's no point in rushing this game. Again, TNC now completely lacks damage versus Omega. So if you're a part of the barangay, you're just wishing for the next Lord to come for Omega. For TNC, they need to make a fast break play, find a pickoff onto the 1-1 to regain composure back into this game.
And now we are entering the 15-minute mark of this game. An 8,000 gold lead for the Barangay Omega, showing up early in the regular season. We're so used to Omega losing in the regular season, but right now they're winning, and they're winning hard.
Best case scenario, they can kill Kelra. There's some rubber banding that's going to happen, but what's that going to buy him, right? One item maybe on a core?
But at least you can take a fight.
Oh.
That's the most important thing. That is something that they need to do. You know, TNC, get the snipe onto Kelra. It's going to be between either of the 3, Benthings, Yasuo, or Escalera. And Omega, they're playing the defensive playstyle. You know, they're putting the 1-1 on the back line so that TNC needs to reach far out. So it's a really hard task for the boys, the blue side. You need to find a pick up that 1-1.
Oh, no!
They spot SD, and he gets away, as you do as a Benedetta.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you love taking risks, love taking a risky life. Now 3/4 HP here on the Lord. Miko with great positioning around it, but they gotta keep SDZYZ out. But look at the members of TNC.
Yep, something tells me they want a cross-map trade. They send over the showstopper to quell the push up top as well as the King Kill VJ. Minimap up top, left corner, check it out. Can they take an inhibitor? The Lord gets reset here, and it's a wash.
Ooh, wow. Great play coming in from TNC, though. Like, they stopped the Lord by not going to it.
Yep. But again, it's all about the late game presence of Omega. Now, KLVJ has another layer of protectiveness to his arsenal. There's the Winter Truncheon already built up, and Kelra will have more mobility during fights with the Phantom, can't remember the name, Phantom Scarlet. Or
Scarlet
Phantom. Okay. It's the other way around. Scarlet Phantom adds more mobility to the 1-1 during the attacks. There's more attack speeds, meaning more leaps.
Can he actually chase this?
Gets spotted. There's 3 things happening. The push up top, Yasuo does get it. The Lord take here. It goes. Cram kills Renzio. And that's 1 down. 3 are coming into the base. Can they steal it? Miko gets him in. And Ryzen goes down as well. Here comes Kelra. Miko goes on. Bombs the immortality. Cram running away. And the Lord wasn't taken. The Lord's still standing. Cram goes down. Can Kelra finish the job here? Cram's still standing. Abysm strike to nothingness as Cram goes down once more. Kelra still deathless. And Omega, a close call here. They're going to convert into a Lord of their own.
Wow, TNC with a lot of macro movements, securing a 17-minute Lord after an almost game-ending split push. Omega, what's happening?
You know what, TNC? They found a different answer. You want to fight without the 1-1? Just fight without the 1-1. They knew that the 1-1 was near the Lord. And TNC was like, okay, it's like 1-1's dead. We just take the tower, and Omega, they needed to get back. And TNC, while doing that, was getting vision onto the Lord. So they had the trade that they needed. This is something that they're in need of. Badly desperate of trades, and they found the right moment. TNC now has the Lord. It's all on Escalera. If he can pull off a flicker play onto the 1-1.
You know, we were talking earlier, it's an 8,000 gold lead, and now it's diminished to almost dead even. This is the power of one big macro call coming in from TNC. And they always talked about rising, and they're rising right now to defeat OMG.
I'm loving it, the way that TNC played it. They knew that it's not the 1-1 that they needed to look for. This is not the rubber band we were looking for, folks. It was the cross-map play, and they found it.
Yeah, and such a beautiful play coming in from TNC, giving them a lot of map control. All they need to do is to win a team fight.
That's trouble. Kelra very low. Lord still alive. Miko, KLVJ, and Renzio on damage control. Ryzen trying to clear that wave down bottom. And they're inside. Like the final blow committed by SDZYZ. They're clearing the wave. They're forcing the issue. 5v5 here. Omega kicking them out of the base. Cram in trouble. And he goes down. Ryzen knocks him out. All 4 members of TNC turning tail. And he gets the pull in. But Ryzen goes down. Yasuo shuts him down point blank. And Renzio's not done. He's still pushed in. He's forcing the issue in mid, in the base. Kelra defending, and now it's Omega's turn to retreat.
And they're going to retreat here, knowing that they need to defend the base. And they might just counter-engage here. Yasuo in a great position. Now Ben thinks going to stop the pursuit. So far, it's now a dead even game with just under 100 in the gold lead of TNC.
That almost ended with a game-winning play from Migo. Unfortunately, the 1-1 wasn't there. He was not able to get his stacks onto the 0. That's why he needed to go back and defend the base. But TNC, they cracked the base open. It's almost equal now. 80 gold lead for Omega. And although there's one tower remaining on the bottom side, it's all about the Lord play. Again, Omega, they have sustain, they have damage, but TNC positioning is better on their side when they're pushing, because Omega will always try to protect the 1-1, so they know the 1-1 will always be on the backside, and the heroes that will be standing on the front line has to feel the wrath of Yasuo on the Beatrix.
Cram in a very dangerous place right now, Leo. And I feel like you're hyping yourself up for something here. What are you waiting for in this game?
Oh man, I was looking for Omega to get this massive pick off. If they take down Cram one more time, we're past the 20-minute mark. It's over. Kelra finds the angle. Migo misses the hook, and we're looking for it. Air Savage, can he find it? And then he does. Down goes Cram. Kelra's got like Migo's gonna get popped here. Immortality down. Betting throws one down. Yasuo gets the roamer.
Here
from
comes
Omega.
SP.
Electro final blow. Kelra, can he survive? He's facing off against 3 members of TNC. Look at the side here.
Here comes a guy.
The showstopper, and KelVJ and Ryzen bring in a wave, and just like that, Kelra kill! The Savage takes down Yasuo! That's 3 members left of TNC to defend!
8-0-2 on the Filipino Savage, and you have 3 waves knocking at the base of TNC. This might just be the end.
They're gonna force it. That's 4v3. That's massive wave field left for Omega.
LBJ.
The base in trouble. Look at Kelra, and they take it. Game 1 goes to Omega.
Victory!
It's never an Omega game without a little topsy-turvy action, you know? It's never an Omega